Hello everyone, it is Blaze again. I seem to keep on making videos just recently, but yeah, this will be like my third video in about 24 hours, but okay, let's just get to it. Sentai Filmworks have announced their June 2015 solicitations. There's some cool stuff coming out, but there's also some disappointments in terms of what's getting dubbed and what isn't. A couple of major disappointments as far as I'm concerned, and I'm not the only one, it appears. But anyway, so yeah, Section 23, and that's just their June slate. Nothing from Made in Japan. It's all Sentai Filmworks stuff this time. So yeah, Haikyuu Collection 1, which is the volleyball anime, coming to DVD and Blu-ray. So thankfully it's coming to Blu-ray. But yeah, no dub on a show that I kept hearing lots and lots of good things about. It's a production IG show. I mean, yes, it's sports, uh, themed. It's about volleyball, or whatever. So it's yeah, the genre is sports, but this show is really highly rated. You look around, the average score that people are giving it is up in the 8 out of 10s to 4 out of 5s, around that sort of range. People really like this show, but yeah, no dub. Again, sports probably being the main reason for that, I guess. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel at the same time that maybe anime fans, I don't think they're as fickle as they once were. I feel like sports animes are no longer this taboo thing. I mean, the fact that Sentai even licensed the show kind of proves that, because most sports anime were never even given a chance. But yeah, I'm really, really surprised to not see this get dubbed. Very surprised. I mean, there's always the chance, of course, if it sells well, subtitled, they'll go back and dub it. But yeah, surprised to not see this show dubbed. This is obviously Collection 1. I expect we'll get the Collection 2 solicitation sometime in August. But yeah, Haikyuu. Okay, next is Knights of Sidonia. This one's kind of a big deal. So Knights of Sidonia was originally licensed by Netflix for streaming, so it didn't appear on Crunchyroll or anything. Netflix, as you might have been aware over the last year or so, have been doing a lot of their own original programming, trying to make the Netflix brand more than just streaming a bunch of old and I suppose current TV and movie programming. One of the things they brought over was they decided to license for streaming Knights of Sidonia, but not only that, I'm pretty sure they were the ones that did the dub for it. They also did a Spanish dub for it. It was a real big push from them to take this anime and really try and I don't know, try and sell it to to their customers. Like I suppose sell it to more people that wouldn't necessarily watch anime. I'm sure it got, given the amount of money that Netflix probably put behind the dubs, I'm sure it might have got front and center, like on some people's, like, hey, why don't you watch this sort of thing. So yeah, but Sentai Filmworks have licensed it for the home video release, and obviously it's going to come with the English dub and the Spanish dub, which is cool. It's also coming with English, Spanish, and French subtitles. So yeah, this is the sort of thing that many people around the world can hopefully enjoy and get their hands on. But yeah, they're doing it in a standard complete collection. This is getting a sequel series pretty soon, but yeah, this is just for the first series. But yeah, standard complete collection and a collector's edition, i.e. Love Chernobyl and Other Delusions or whatever it was, and High School of the Dead. So yeah, Knights of Sidonia collector's edition. This is the version I imagine I'll be getting. I have a keen interest in this show. It looks like something that I would really like. I'll see what they do for the collector's edition, but as long as the collector's edition looks really nice and fancy, I'll probably end up caving and getting it. I don't know, but I will be getting the show regardless. So yeah, Knights of Sidonia was the next thing. Okay, following from that, we have Marduk Scramble the trilogy. So they're going to be putting the complete movie trilogy into one set. Now the interesting thing here is the choice for the promo. The first cover, like the and the not final cover, I guess, like the placeholder cover, is that, as you see with like these, they have like the Blu-ray thing going around them, and this one doesn't, which makes me think that that could be down to one of two things. One, they're going to give it a slipcover, or two, it's going to be like a slip case that just holds copies of the first three, or the three movies as they were originally released, so just in their normal packaging that you can buy them separately, just with a slipcase over the top, and then just sell it essentially as a box set. But yeah, that's really cool. I don't own the movies. I've always wanted to get around to doing that, so I'm really glad that they're going to be consolidating it into one box set at a cheaper price. It means I will definitely be buying this version, the trilogy set, so I'm really happy this is happening. I think it's a good choice. So yeah, that's Marlot Scramble. Then we come to one of the most disappointing things for me personally. I'm really bummed. I'm excited about this coming out. I'm really bummed that it is Japanese with English subtitles. I can't believe they're not dubbing Captain Earth. That bums me out so much, because Captain Earth was one of my most anticipated shows from last year, because one of my favourite things in anime is Bones, the studio Bones, doing the genre mecha. I think they do it better than everyone else, and that's, you know, my opinion, but I honestly do. I feel like they do it better than Toei. I feel they do it better than Sunrise. Like, I genuinely believe that you give Bones when Bones decide to do a mecha show, you get something that is better than the competition, like pretty much all the time. I love Razafon, I love Eureka 7, and I love Eureka 7 AO. Well, I like Eureka 7 AO. Despite all its faults, I still think it's a really solid series, which really proves just how good Bones are at producing that genre. I think it's still a great series, and I fear I might be missing one. But, am I missing one? Oh, that would suck. Razafon, Eureka 7 AO. The Star Driver, which I haven't seen, and there is one I'm missing, but I've just remembered, but there's Star Driver, which I haven't seen, was originally put out by Bandai Entertainment on these sub-only Blu-rays as well. I never got around to getting these when they were in print. They're now expensive to buy, and I've been tempted to get them multiple times, because I know I will probably really like this show. I would, like, almost certainly, like I said, when Bones and Mecha come together, they make Blaze a very, very happy anime fan pretty much every single time. So yeah, but I've sort of been waiting for a rescue from like a Sentai, etc. But I've actually just literally realised this looking at these covers, that down in that bottom freaking corner it says Aniplex, which means that's probably not going to happen. These probably aren't going to get rescued, because Aniplex are now a company in America, and yeah, and I don't think Aniplex or America are necessarily going to re-release this show. So yeah, it looks like I might have to go for these Bandai releases at some point. Thankfully they are still about, but they are expensive, and I want it on Blu-ray. I don't want the DVDs. I could get DVDs from Australia for cheaper. But anyway, Star Driver came out ages ago. That's not what we're here to talk about, but yeah, that's another one of those shows I really want to get. Captain Earth. Yeah, so I like the cover they're doing for Captain Earth. Just quickly go back. Zam Lost Memories isn't technically a mecha show, but I kind of feel like it's in exactly the same vein. That's the other show that I consider a Bones mecha, even though it's not technically mecha. But yeah, again, and I love that show as well. I just love all of them. So yeah, I have watched the first 11 episodes of Captain Earth, and the problem is when I first started watching it, I had planned to watch it on a weekly basis, and then I, as always, came to a conclusion that I'm not enjoying the show this way. I really want to watch it all in one go. I just really want to know what happens next a lot, so I'll wait. And then I waited until the whole show had finished, and then I tried going back to it, but I didn't go right back to the beginning. So I watched about 3 or 4 more episodes, and I thought, I'm gonna wait for it to come out on Blu-ray from Sentai, and I was hoping that it would be dubbed. So, because I feel like the dubs for shows, I mean, this is kind of a point that wouldn't hold. I can't really think of the right term, but basically, I really like Bones Mecha shows dubbed as well. I've enjoyed all the dubs for the ones I've watched, the 4 I've watched, and yeah, so I was kind of just hoping that Captain Earth would come around dubbed. It turns out that's not going to be the case, which is really disappointing. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Captain Earth sells well enough that it might end up getting dubbed in the future. It bums me out that this and Haikyuu both aren't getting dubs when you see the one show, because Sentai didn't dub Night Society earlier. So when you see the one show that Sentai did pick, it's kind of pissed me off a bit. So anyway, yeah, Captain Earth. I like that cover. I hope they don't change it. I think it looks really cool. So next is Hayate, the Combat Butler, Season 4, which... this is another... I really think Sentai are a great company. But this is one of my major pet peeves with them, is the pervy covers. I suppose sex sells or whatever, ecchi sells, but... And I know this show isn't exactly... I mean, I don't know a lot about this show, but I'm sure there is the odd ecchi joke in it. It doesn't come across as a show that's overly ecchi. I don't believe it is. So covers like this, I mean, I don't know if they're actually going to stick with this. I'd be surprised if they do, honestly. But at the same time, I suppose I wouldn't be. I mean, they have more often than not gone for a more pervy cover, I guess. And then, yeah, I just don't find this preview image appealing. I don't know who works on the graphic department, but at Sentai, but I think they do a fantastic job, and occasionally I feel like it's almost like they're giving a memo. It's like you need to put a cover like this on it because we want to sell more copies, and unfortunately, this is how we sell more copies. So yeah, I mean, I like the logo. I think the logo looks really cool, and I like the color palette of it, I guess. But yeah, I'd be surprised if this doesn't change. Obviously. This is subtitle only as well, but obviously they licensed season 3. They still haven't licensed the first 2 seasons. I'm wondering if they plan to. They just haven't announced that yet because they'd rather just get these other ones out. Because the last time they retroactively got a new season from a show that had multiple seasons already, aka Familiar of Zero, they announced that season 4 2 years before they even got round to getting the rest of the 3 seasons. So they still as of yet haven't put out season 4. I would imagine it will appear in the next solicitations for July or whatever. But yeah, so I wonder if Sentai plan to get seasons 1 and 2, but they're just not doing it yet. Another thing about season 1 and 2 though is that season 1 is 52 episodes and season 2 is 26. Season 3 and season 4 are a single core each at just 13 episodes. So anyway, yeah, I don't really have much interest in this show personally, so whatever. Next is the one they have dubbed and kind of pisses me off: Magical Warfare Complete Collection DVD Blu-ray, English and Japanese subtitles. English and Japanese with English subtitles. Yeah, Magical Warfare. I didn't really know too much about this show, but. And I heard no one talking about this show. It seems super generic, basically about this guy who meets this girl, essentially falls out the sky while he's at school, effectively, and she clearly isn't a member of the school. She's not wearing the same uniform, and when he gets close to her or something, he ends up getting magical powers, and then there's a parallel universe thing going on where people have magic, and obviously the humans that don't. He ends up getting magical powers as well. And cue action magical show set at high school with some neat gun designs, I guess. It looks like it's got some nice design, but it just looks completely throwaway when you compare it to shows like Haikyuu and Captain Earth. I mean, I'm pushing my own personal agenda onto Captain Earth because it's a series that, even though I haven't seen it all the way through, I care a lot about for all the reasons I explained. But in the case of Haikyuu, at least, that is a show that is universally, from all the people that have seen it, praised, and Magical Warfare is no such thing. Magical Warfare is actually a Madhouse series, and Madhouse are one of the best studios, and actually, in my opinion, are probably the best studios. They tend to produce a lot of really, really good shows. The majority of my favourite shows have been produced by Madhouse over the years. But yeah, Magical Warfare I don't think would be one of them. If you're going to compare, if I compare the averages, Haikyuu is on 4.5, I think Captain Earth is around a 3.5, and so Haikyuu's 8, 8 out of 10 for Haikyuu, Captain Earth is 7 out of 10, and then friggin' Magical Warfare averages at 2.5 or 5 out of 10. So yeah, it wasn't exactly a show that people who have watched all the way through praised very much, so I'm really surprised to see it come out and get dubbed. I'm sure for any of you out there that really like this show, I'm happy for you that it's getting a dub, but I'm really disappointed that this is the one that got chosen. I mean, it's a shorter show, I guess, but at the same time, if you're going to dub 12 episodes, that's you're already halfway to doing the complete Captain Earth or Haikyuu or whatever. So yeah, very surprised by some of the decisions by Sentai, but yeah. Anyway, and finally, last but not least, for the June solicitations, we have Space Brothers Collection 3, which continues the going trend, I guess, of Space Brothers on a bi-monthly basis, which is fine by me. The first part came out literally yesterday, I think. I plan to pick it up sometime next month, and yeah, I'll be picking these up as close to when they come out as I can, and fit it into the schedule of buying things, I guess. It's a show that I've been wanting to watch for absolutely ages. I've talked about it before, but yeah, I have a great interest in space travel and space in general. I like learning about that. I follow NASA's YouTube channel and watch that. Like it's a minor but still a significant passion of mine. I like learning about it. So, and even though Space Brothers is still an anime or whatever, but it's obviously core themed over space travel and all that stuff. So I'm really looking forward to watching it. And the fact it's a long 99 episode series plus a movie, it's really cool that Sentai are clearly committed to putting this out. It looks like there's going to be no problems getting this entire show out. So I mean, I suppose we'll have to wait and see. I suppose there is a chance that we'll get the second part in August. Sorry, the fourth part in August, and then if we don't get the fifth part solicited for what would be October, because damn, the year goes quick. But yeah, the fifth part in October, then if we don't see that in October, then maybe there might be cause for concern that Sentai are going to wait on sales for the first 50 or something, but I really hope that's not the case. So yeah, anyway, so that's all the Sentai stuff. A couple of other things have appeared since I last talked about, I don't know, announcements, I guess. There's a couple of things that I wasn't really going to do videos on their own, but I thought I'll throw them into this video. So Right Stuff or Nozomi Entertainment have licensed or rescued Please Teacher and Please Twins. Obviously these were both put out by Bandai in 4 volumes, I think it was, for each series, or possibly 3. Can't remember. I owned both box sets once upon a time, but I can't actually remember. 3 or 4 volumes and an art box with a nice soundtrack CD, I think, for both of them as well as Anime Legends complete box sets. But yeah, those are obviously out of print, given that Bandai no longer exist. So, or at least Bandai America no longer exist. So yeah, Nozomi Entertainment picked them up. I wouldn't be surprised to see these, given it's out under the Nozomi brand. Wouldn't be surprised to see these get some sort of treatment similar to, I don't know, like an Utena. Sorry, almost completely destroyed that pronunciation. Yeah, Revolutionary Girl Utena or Rose of Versailles, where you get like a thin pack, like art boxy type looking set. I feel like both these shows will probably justify that, I guess. I mean, I've only actually seen Please Teacher. I never got around to watching my copy of Please Twins before selling it on. Please Twins was less interesting to me, but Please Teacher was okay. I might pick up Please Teacher. I'd prefer, honestly, if it got like a single keep case, like compact release. So if that doesn't happen right out the gate, I'll wait for the light box version. But yeah, that's cool to see these back in print. I saw a lot of people happy for them. They're going to be DVD only. There are Blu-rays for both of these shows out in Japan, but they are obviously upscales. Apparently they're pretty decent upscales, but they're upscales nevertheless. So assuming Right Stuff can do a decent job at mastering the DVDs, it shouldn't be too bad that they're not coming to Blu-ray. In other news, we got Darker Than Black is coming to Blu-ray. This is for season 1. Funimation are going to be putting out on Blu-ray in a premium edition. It's coming by special arrangement, i.e. Aniplex being douchey about it. The Darker Than Black has been out on Blu-ray in Japan for a long time, and it is actually long out of print in Japan even. So I find it strange that Aniplex are so just being so conservative about how many editions that Funimation are allowed to release and all this. It's not just going to be a wide release, and it's going to be a premium edition, so it's certainly going to be more expensive. They won't be allowed to put out a cheaper version. So yeah, it's limited to 5,000 units, and as I say, it's a premium edition. Thankfully, it's not a premium edition that's exclusive to Funimation.com. You'll be able to buy it from places like Right Stuff and possibly Amazon. I've already got my copy pre-ordered, but yeah, comes out in May. Premium edition features complete first season on Blu-ray, specialties, I say? Yeah. Classified packaging, 48-page art book, and a display easel. And here it says this is not a retailer exclusive, so check your favorite retailer for a pre-order. But yeah, display easel, which makes me think that it might be like this, which I'm hot and cold on. I'm kind of excited at the prospect of it having this sort of packaging, and not so excited. Obviously not so excited because I would like to be able to put season 1 next to season 2 on my shelf. That would be a convenient thing to do. But I'm sort of excited about it because I always love the look of this Cowboy Bebop edition. I actually do prefer it to the version I own. I think I admitted that when I did the pickups video that included my Amazon collector's edition Cowboy Bebop, that I did prefer this version. I think the color palette's better. I love the artwork they used, etc. But I just had nowhere to put this. But in the case of Darker Than Black, I might not have a choice. I want to own that show on Blu-ray, Darker Than Black, because I really like the series. And yeah, if this is the only version I'm going to be able to do that with, then this is the version I'll be picking up. So I'll have to make space for it, I guess. But yeah, display easel certainly leads me to believe that it could be getting this sort of packaging, despite the fact that it's going to be going out to multiple retailers. So yeah, something to keep your eye on. I was hoping by the time I got around to doing this, talking about this, because I was waiting until Sentai did their solicitation so I could put it in one video or whatnot. But yeah, I was hoping by this time that Funimation would have released a promo image for the packaging, but alas, they have yet to do that. So and that was Star Driver. So yeah, so that's everything. That is the Sentai Filmworks June 2015 solicitations. As I said, disappointed about some of the dub choices, but overall it's a pretty packed month. I mean, if I was to go through and look up the stuff that I plan to pick up, maybe not straight away, but at some point, I want to own Haikyuu, I want to own Knights of Sidonia, I want to own Marvel Scramble, I want to own Captain Earth. Not so fussed about Hoyati the Combat Butler or Magical Warfare, but definitely Space Brothers I want to own. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 7. So that's a pretty good month for Sentai as far as I'm concerned, and not a very good month for my wallet. But anyway, I've been Blaze. Thanks for watching, and yeah, feel free to tell me your opinions on anything I talked about. I'm always interested to know, and I'll hopefully get back to commenting and replying to those opinions as quickly as I can. And until then, I'll see you.